Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Vipale Srimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti namine.
Namo Vishnu Padaya
Haribol, Krishna Haribol.
Krishna Prastaya Vipale Srimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti namine.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine. Gora Karuna Sarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine. Gora Karuna Sarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine. Gora Karuna Sarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine. Gora Karuna Sarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga.
Jai Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda
Haribol,
Ananda Paramahamsa.
Haribol,
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda
Haribol,
Ananda Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswaru, Ananda Paramahamsa. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswaru, Ananda Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda
Haribol,
Ananda Paramahamsa.
Haribol,
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Ananda Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswaru, Ananda Paramahamsa. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswaru, Ananda Paramahamsa.
Haribol Namaste. So let us continue our study program. The main purpose of this study program is to be reminded of who we are, our true identity, and how we can succeed in our life. It is establishing our true eternal nature as life, transcendental to this material energy, this body. We are the person inside this body, and this world is continually moving, made out of matter, mutable, meaning undergoing transformation. We are the immutable living entity who is eternally cognizant, who has no beginning, who has no end, living eternally. So the question now in our life is, where will we live? Will we be muddling and trying to live in the world of this desert sun, which is inanimate, mutable, undergoing changes, or we will live under the shelter of that eternal love that is inseparable from us, connected with reposing, directing, offering our life in loving devotional service, amiably doing the will of the Supreme Person, Lord Krishna. So in our study program, one time my spiritual master gave a lecture about Lord Krishna. He's telling Lord Krishna is real, as you are, all of us are real. We are living, so Lord Krishna is also a person. And there is a science wherein we can be connected with Him. In this material world, due to sense perception, and also due to our identification with ourselves, we identify, all of us, we have different focus, understanding of how we identify ourselves. And the obsession of someone who is engrossed in this material world is he wants control over this temporary, mutable, changing world, the world of the desert sand. Our spiritual master gives us advice to be quenching the thirst, not with sun, but with life. That is our eternal relationship with the Supreme Person. So Bhagavad Gita was introduced to us in English language. Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, at the request of his dear spiritual master. And when our Gurudev came here to the Philippines, he established that absolute truth about our transcendental nature and guided us towards directing that meditation, in short, obsession, towards what will make us happy. So he gave an example, an analogy of someone who is in the desert walking, And he gave that example like you're walking in the Gobi Desert and you're already struggling, having a hard time with your lips cracked, you're very thirsty, you're in the verge of death, and you're crawling, and you're meditating upon the pain, the suffering of the thirst, the heat that the person is experiencing. But it will not solve the problem. What should be the meditation? His advice is, why not meditate on that oasis of water that is just near you? So this is the science. We are trying very hard to focus, to meditate, because by itself, it is the beginning. And if we enter that world of transcendental relationship with Lord Krishna by doing His will under the guidance of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, at the request of our dear Gurudev, then we will have life. For so long, he gave an analogy, everybody wants to, if a person wants to drink milk, goat's milk, he must get that milk from a female goat, not from a male goat who have tethers on his neck, because there's no milk there. So that is our situation. We're trying to drink milk in this, we're trying to suck milk from the tether of the male goat, and there's no milk there. That is our situation. So I'll read here the verdict. The authorities who will guide us. The authority is the bona fide spiritual master. The living entity, us, all the living entities, all of us here are marginal. And because in quality, we have the same quality as the Supreme Person in minute quantity. We want to lord over, we want to imitate the Lord. But the problem is, when we are so much contaminated by the false ego to dominate material nature, to do our own will, then we bring that even in the field of supposedly what will save us, what will connect us, instead of coming to the point of the consciousness of what Lord Chaitanya is teaching, that he has no desire for material wealth, he has no desire for enjoy beautiful women, he has no desire to have any numbers of followers of his. He just prays to be engaged in loving devotional service, life after life, birth after birth. But we can see in ourselves, we long for followers, After coming in contact with the truth, understanding it, we fall to this false lordship again in the name of so-called spirituality. When, in absolute reality, Krishna, the Supreme Person, is the Supreme Purifier. The process that is given to us, that is descending, are the holy names of God. And it's stated in Scripture, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kolowa Nasteva Gatiranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other alternative, there is no other alternative, there is no other alternative to be liberated, to succeed, to develop, to engage in that success of loving the Supreme Person, except through the chanting of the holy names. Not by our so-called purity, we try to expose to people and tell them how advanced we are, and wanted to experience the fame, the glory, the bowing down, the service. We become dependent upon them. We have this feeling, I am a devotee, and sanctimoniously feeling, I'm purer than everybody else. I'm gonna save them. But in reality, it is the dance of the false ego We long to be served. We've been contaminated by this lordship mentality, and we bring that in spiritual life. We try to play surrogate spiritual master, not understanding that we are not the supreme protector. The supreme protector is Lord Krishna. And the science that we are studying and undergoing this training under our Gurudev is to be able to be in harmony with that eternal transcendental truth that is eternally going on by Kunta, the transcendental word of Lord Krishna in loving devotional service. So we must not be misdirected and misguided. It is a daunting task to be able to be established again in our true eternal nature, our true position as eternally the loving servant of God. But there is an assurance of success through the guidance of Lord Krishna. So when Lord Krishna tells us, in all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. And he tells Arjuna, all of us, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over the obstacle of conditional life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such a consciousness, but act through the ego, to false ego, not hearing from me, you will be lost. When my spiritual master was passing on this transcendental science of devotional service, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Lord Krishna, giving the embrace to all those who would want to receive it. And fortunately, individuals who came in contact with the holy names were able to be embraced by Lord Krishna, to be guided by the Lord within the heart. And for decades, they were longing to be with Srila Prabhupada, with Krishna. And because of the transcendental nature, the supreme sustainer, the supreme purifier, guided those individuals who were very fortunate to come in contact with the divine grace of our Gurudev, the love of Lord Krishna. So we must not be misguided by this false ego, thinking we will be purifying everybody else, we'll be guiding everybody else, and have this feeling, I'm a pure devotee, I'm advanced. And not only that, sometimes we come in contact with so many disciples who are preaching. The reason they preach, we should not think that they're just playing guru, because they were given instruction by their Gurudev, by Lord Chaitanya, by my command, be guru and give the holy names to the people in general. Be guru means a guru is a consciousness of someone who has devotion for the Supreme Person, who sees the transcendental nature of the living entities, who knows the science of identity, who knows Krishna, the Supreme Person, who loves Lord Krishna and is motivated by compassion. So if we try to look with our eyes what we see with our eyes are imperfect because we are fallible. We commit mistakes and we are illusion. And the only way we can be of guidance, we can be light, if we follow the teachings of our spiritual master. So all those devotees, disciples of Jagad Guru, students of Jagad Guru, who are going out and preaching, we should not be judging them. We should not think that, oh, you're doing wrong, We don't know. We are not the judge, because only Krishna will be the supreme judge. What we should do, we should see as what my Siksha Guru said to us when he was telling us how to be guided. Instead of pointing fingers at everybody else about their faults, about the misconception, why don't you point the fingers upon yourself and see the block that covers your eyes? See the hardness that is in your heart that separates us from tasting what Lord Chaitanya is trying very hard to pass on to us through our spiritual master. So it's an insult. It is a misconception that I'm the only one who can understand. You can be very witty. You may have a brain that is, you can remember back to back everything, you know. But one thing that we should be very sensitive, it is the humbleness that we are very insignificant. We are lost. Our only shelter is to be situated under the lotus feet of our spiritual master, filially, humbly. Not this feeling higher than anybody else. And not only that, Krishna is the supreme protector. As one surrenders to Lord Krishna guides him. So, our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, instructed all of us to be going out and chanting the holy names. Let Krishna, the holy names, embrace them. Engage in the process of eating prasadam and eating food offered to Lord Krishna, seeing the deity. Focus and be meditating upon the Supreme Person. Then we'll succeed. By nature, we are active. So our mind, when we are so much focused upon this world, our obsession is control. But we must understand that we are not in control. Everything that we try to control, sooner or later, it will all be taken from us. My spiritual master was telling us before, pity the guru who wants followers. It's a sorry state. It's just like a person trying to find milk, trying to suck milk from the tether of a male goat, trying to drink water in this illusory world. So I'll read here the teachings of the authorities to reinforce, to give clarity. Not only clarity, to sustain our understanding, our surrender, our shelter, that Krishna is real. Because all of us, we're living entities, person. Our Gurudev also is a person. Definitely the source is a person. So Lord Krishna came to this world to establish religion. And this religion is discussed by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. The spiritual master is very grave because the situation is very serious. There's no such thing, this procrastinating, because time is moving and this body is connected with time. And we have the opportunity to use this body to be able to embrace other living entities by passing on to them Lord Krishna, the holy names, giving them the embrace of Lord Krishna. Can I borrow your eyeglass, ma'am? The Lord is very kind to all the living entities because they are His sons. Lord Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, I am the father of all. Of course, There are all types of living entities according to their various karmas. But here the Lord claims that He is the Father of all of them. Therefore the Lord descends to reclaim all the fallen souls, all fallen conditioned souls, and call them back to the Sanatana, eternal sky, so that the Sanatan living entities, eternal living entities, may regain their eternal Sanatan position in eternal association with the Lord. The Lord comes Himself in different incarnation, or He sends His confidential servants as sons, or His associates, or acharyas to reclaim the conditioned souls. So Lord Krishna comes according to His sweet will. So in the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna, a very powerful warrior, he is in a crossroad to decide what to do. So he was put in a situation by Lord Krishna. Although Arjuna is an eternal associate of Lord Krishna, he was put in that situation. So also we can see that situation as our situation. We are also in the crossroad. And in the case of Arjuna, he wants to do his will to stay away from the fight in the battle of Kurukshetra. So he became so disturbed and lost his composure. He's trembling and he doesn't know what to do. And at that time, he approached his eternal friend, Lord Krishna. I'm confused. I'm surrendering to you. Please guide me. So also us, we are very fortunate to come in contact with our Gurudev, with the teachings of Parampara to guide us, and the Lord within the heart, confirmed by our Gurudev. So, we are so protected. So when we see this path that we have been favorably allowed to enter the world of our Gurudev by giving us instruction. He's embracing us. He's giving us the holy names, Lord Krishna. Then He teaches us our true identity to protect us of who we are, of our true nature. Just like when Arjuna is so much confused, he approached Lord Krishna, the supreme knower, the cause of all causes, his eternal friend, but now as his mentor, his guidance, his spiritual master. So Lord Krishna established religion. Religion, Sanatan Dharma, is the eternal activity of a person on a transcendental level. And in this case, Arjuna's decision to do the will of Lord Krishna. In our case, we differently, because we are individuals, we are guided by our Gurudev what to do. We have this instruction given by our Gurudev. That is the beauty of someone who is under the guidance of Parampara, who has given his life in surrender to his spiritual master. Because from now on, his meditation, his focus, in short, the obsession that he should be focusing is working, doing, engaging in austerities to do the desire of his spiritual master. Then he has no more problems because the mind is now subservient to the desire that is in harmony with the will of God. Through the process of the Maha Mantra, when one comes in contact with the spiritual master through oral reception, the hearing and the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, enters his ear, touches his heart. Krishna embraces him. The more one chants, the more the person filially, amiably follows sincerely the instruction of the spiritual master. It is not him who will ascend to purify himself, but rather the supreme purifier will purify him, me, from this material contamination, the supreme purifier. So all I got to do is to be in harmony with my true nature as eternally the loving servant of God. But because for so long we have been meditating upon this temporary world, the task has become so daunting. But when we come in contact with the Supreme Purifier, through the mercy, through the guidance of someone who is eternally loving us, who cares for us, then we are protected. That's why when Lord Krishna established real religion, which is love for the Supreme Person, the desire of the Supreme Person, and that desire of the Supreme Person is personified in actual world that has been introduced to us by our Gurudev, who's coming in that eternal, transcendental line of pure loving servants, the maid servants of Radha and Krishna. Our Gurudev love for us can be experienced when we sincerely surrender in humbleness to the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna. We will experience life, a world that is transcendental, that connects us with real happiness. We're not attracted anymore to this sun, this desert sun. Although in our mind, we can see, recall many experiences and desire coming in. But we will not be defocused when our heart is sheltered with that love of our spiritual master in loving relationship with Lord Krishna. The goal is achievable. Love for God is achievable. All we have to do is receive and follow sincerely the path that is being given to us, the embrace of Lord Krishna. We can see that through our study programs. When the wives of the Brahmanas came to know that Lord Krishna and Balaram were in that forest and were requesting for food, immediately, just like the rivers and the rivulets goes to the ocean, naturally, because of their meditation, their love for the Supreme Person, we can only appreciate through their life's example. But the husband, the Brahmanas, the Smarta Brahmans, who are engaging in karma kanda activities, purity workers, wanted to go to the heavenly planets. We can see the difference between someone who has material desires and someone who is transcendental, whose only desire is to taste and experience that loving reciprocation, exemplified by the wives of the Brahmanas. So we can always be aware of our situation, our focus, where we can repose, direct our heart. And that is the eternal activity of the activities of devotional service. Hare Nama eva kevalam, kolovanas teva gatiranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other alternative. There is no other alternative. There is no other alternative to be liberated, to be tasting love for God, except through the chanting of the holy names. So we are so blessed. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Our Gurudev coming in that line, passing on to us that love, Lord Krishna, embracing us. That should be our focus, that should be our meditation. Haribol Namaste.
Haribol.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gauraka Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gauraka Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gauraka Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gauraka Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te.
Bhakti Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda
Radha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hare Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribo
Madana Mohana
Haribo
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Haribo
Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Haribo
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada
Haribo
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Ananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Ananda Paramahamsa
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada
Namaste. Thank you very much for taking part in our study program. See you tomorrow. Haribo.